Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. This tale isn't for the easily scared or the faint of heart. It's a full-blooded ghost story and introduces once again that intrepid voyager into the unknown seas of the supernatural and the occult, who always manages to return with a pragmatic explanation of what seems to be the inexplicable. Our mystery drama, The Shining Man, was based on the short story by E. and H. Herron and written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Bob Caliban and Morgan Fairchild. I don't know about you, but to me, it seems a pity that haunted houses have gone out of style. Perhaps it has to do with the uncompromising utilitarianism of modern houses. After all, what self-respecting ghost would feel at home without a turret room, a sliding panel or two, and a host of shadowed, twisted corners? So to enjoy our story, let's retrace our steps back to the turn of the century, when walls were wainscoted, ceilings were high and ornate, and the clanking of chains and groans from the grave were enhanced instead of smothered by insulation and acoustic tile.
He's on this train, Uncle Flax. He was due last night, and he wasn't on the morning train.
Well, whatever held him up, it must have been a very important something indeed to keep my nephew Donald away from your side for so long.
Oh, it doesn't matter anymore. There he is. Don?
Oh, darling Gigi. It's been 1,000 years.
A million without you. Was the trip worth leaving me abandoned here in London?
Oh, just wait till you hear. Hello, Uncle.
Hello, Don. Did you take the position?
I did. You are now looking at the brand new headmaster of the Girvan Academy for Boys. Not only that, but I found us a house.
Oh, I knew the trip would be worthwhile. I just knew it.
Congratulations, my boy.
Oh, I must talk to you about the house, too, Uncle Flax.
Oh, there's time enough for that at home tonight. Now, it's a matter of finances.
No, nothing to do with that. It's... Well, I'll explain later.
Well, whatever it is, you know you can count on me.
My name is Don Campbell. I'm of Scottish and English descent, but I was educated in Canada and America, where I met and married my wife. Gigi was an orphan, like me, and in 1900, being at that time unemployed, we were overjoyed to accept an invitation from my only relative, Mr. Flaxman Lowe, to visit him in London. While there, I suspect through my uncle's pulling a few strings, I had been offered an interview for a job as headmaster of Girvan Academy in Scotland.
The job sounds marvelous, Don. But I know you. Why do you keep avoiding talking about the house?
But that's marvelous, too.
Well, do we need a house? Surely it couldn't have been too difficult to rent something furnished.
But the house is furnished, too. And Gigi, I mean, it was too good a thing to pass up. The bargain of all time.
Well, what sort of bargain? What sort of house?
Well, it's kind of hard to describe. I mean, it's really stunning. High on a ridge, and the view is stupendous. Connor Old House, it's called. When you look at it from outside, you'll fall in love with it just as I did.
And the inside?
Oh, well, it's been empty for quite a few years, and, well, there's work to be done there. I've already arranged with the agent to hire a man to clean it up. And the price includes the furniture.
Don, are you trying to tell me you've bought this house without my ever even seeing it?
But not exactly bought. Just a down payment. Oh, but, darling, I tell you, it was such an incredible bargain.
Why is this house such an incredible bargain?
Well, I suppose because it's supposed to be haunted.
Oh, that's great.
Well, Gigi, I couldn't pass up an absolute steal like this. I can't describe to you how lovely Connor Old House is. Clothed in ivy, on the highest hill within its horizon, with the green grass tumbling down to the cliffs and the dunes and the endless sea beyond.
And the ghosts you spoke of?
Oh, local superstition. And if they bother us by groaning and clanking about, well, there's always Uncle Flax. As a parapsychologist, they're his life work. And he can blow them away just like the mists.
Are you so sure?
Brandy, Uncle Flax?
Yes, thank you. You're not joining me?
No, thanks. I only got you away from Gigi so I'd have a chance to talk to you about the house.
All right. What's troubling you?
The house is supposed to be haunted.
By whom?
What they call the Shining Man.
The Shining Man.
Uh-huh.
What does that mean?
Oh, a lot of talk, gibberish, but I honestly don't know. I think a trick of the moon on the windows reflecting, something like that.
I see. Who was the former owner?
Sir James Mackay, who had retired from abroad, Central Africa, I think. He lived there with his daughter and a gigantic black who apparently was devoted to him for saving his life in Africa.
Why did they leave?
Well, they didn't. The daughter, it seemed, had contracted some virulent disease from her African sojourn, and she died while her father was on some business in London.
And the father?
The shock of finding his daughter dead on his return was too great for him, and he settled into a sort of melancholy and eventually died.
It's not a very pretty history. What happened to the slave?
Slave?
Yes, the black man.
I didn't say he was a slave.
Oh, yes, that's right, you didn't. What happened to him, anyway?
Oh, I don't know. Well, let me see. In the local gossip, there was something about Sir James accusing him of being responsible for the girl's death, but, well, it never came to anything because the black had disappeared, and not long after, Sir James was found on the living room couch, dead of apoplexy, his face covered with horrible livid patches.
And this is the home to which you expect to take that pretty young American wife of yours?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Uncle Flaxman. The tragedies of others have nothing to do with us. A house is not a person. It can't affect us. And even if there are any malign influence hovering around, well, I have the best protection in the world, don't I?
Oh, yes? What is that?
You. Aren't you the foremost ghost detective in the world? If we run into trouble, can't I coax you to tilt a couple of tables or at least exorcise any demons if they're wandering about?
My dear boy, you know I am always at your service, but I wouldn't joke about the unknown, Don. Why this house instead of any other?
Because it's the only one I can afford. And I've already made a down payment. So, there we were, Gigi and I, with all our worldly belongings off for Scotland as soon as we could pack. Of course, I should have stopped to write first and waited for a reply, but that isn't my way. I had made a decision. Why waste time? Especially since London was expensive and almost all my money had gone for the payment on the house. And it would be a month before I could expect my salary at the academy to begin. We had to take the train north to Ayr, and then debark and retrace our steps south some 30 miles to Girvan, the nearest town to what I now thought of our home. It was a good 25 miles by road, and it was after dark on a blustery, drizzly evening when we arrived at Lanark Inn, where I had stayed before. Happily, the landlord remembered me and had accommodations.
Hey, hello there, Mr. Campbell. It's good to see you again. Will you be staying?
Oh, just for a night or so, Mr. McTavish, with my wife.
Well, bid you good welcome too, Mrs. Campbell. Oh, but you're a bonny lass, and I can't blame Mr. Campbell for making you his own. But you look a wee bit chill. Now, come on, Ben, and you'll warm yourself by the fire, the two of you.
Mr. McTavish was as good as his word. Not only did he have a fire, but he had some warming beer, and with it, some heavenly steak and kidney pie.
So, what brings you back to Girvan, Mr. Campbell?
Oh, I'm back to stay, Mr. McTavish.
All right. And where would that be?
At our new home. I'm going to buy Connor Old House.
You are?
Oh, my husband can't wait to take possession. If it had been daylight, he'd have moved right in.
I'd move in right now if I were sure it had been aired and cleaned thoroughly. Mr. Niven, the agent, wouldn't still be around town, would he?
Oh, no, he's away home long before twilight. He lives quite far down the road.
Oh, well, I'd rather see the house by daylight first anyway. We can move in tomorrow.
No, I wouldn't haste too much till you've had a word with Tommy Niven.
Well, of course, we have to see him first. I'll be up at the crack of dawn waiting in his office till he comes in.
Well, I don't think in the morning he'll be by. He'll be over to Contraire, I would think, to the funeral.
What funeral?
Well, you see, it was this lad he engaged from the village here to clean up Connor Old House.
Yes, I commissioned him to do that. Well, what about him?
Well, it's not all that easy to get folks hereabouts to go near Connor Old House, even in the daylight, after all that's happened there.
You mean Sir James and his daughter and their unfortunate deaths?
Aye, and then over all that, there's
The Shining Man?
Aye, him. Oh, and in front of the lady, I didn't want to...
Oh, that's quite all right, Mr. McTavish. Don has told me all about the history of the house. It's sort of exciting, but... Well, I don't really believe in ghosts. I'm not scared.
That's my wife.
Hey, I don't know but what I'd be a wee bit canny if I were in your shoes. It wasn't only the doctor and his daughter. But there was what happened to the tinker as well. And poor Slow Jock.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Who's the tinker?
And who's poor Slow Jock?
Well, here, one at a time. The tinker was a nobody, a tramp, or a bum, I think you'd be calling him in the States. And a couple of years back, he moved himself in. It looked to be as if he lived in the kitchen, quite comfortable and happy for a few days. But then, he moved into the library, and they found him on the library couch. Sir James's couch, that was. Stark, raving mad and at death's door, and his face all over with great black marks like he'd been in a peat bog.
He just had a dirty face. He probably got caught in the rain and went into Connor Old House for shelter and died quietly of pneumonia.
Raving, with the DTs, just like poor Jock.
What happened to him?
Oh, only the good Lord could maybe answer that. But he was just like the tinker, lying on the couch. Only he was dead. Oh, and an expression on his face only old Clootie himself could have written there.
Old Clootie?
The devil. Well, don't tell me Jock's face was blackened, too.
Aye, just like the others. Oh, here, now, I hope I'm not upsetting you.
Oh, no, nothing of the sort. Just the right thing to make us sleep like tops.
Well, the toddy should take care of that. But, I just thought you ought to be warned.
Come to bed, Don. Why are you watching out the window?
Oh, nothing. It's started to rain. Typical Scottish drizzle.
You think there's going to be a storm?
No, I don't.
What is it? Don, what did you see?
I didn't see anything. Go back to bed, Gigi.
Don, you're looking towards our house, aren't you? Connor House, I mean.
Yes, well, I mean, that's the general direction, but it's...
I see it. I see what you saw.
What?
A light. Glimmering like a huge June bug, only it's shaped like a man. Oh, dear Lord, it is haunted, just as the innkeeper said. Look, Don, look, it's the Shining Man.
Now, wouldn't you say that's a fair beginning for a story of a haunted house? What is it that Gigi has seen, or thinks she saw? Some trick of refraction of the light from the inn windows against the misting drizzle of the rain? or a real light carried by a real person who has no business in Connor Old House. I shall return shortly with Act Two. From ghoulies and ghosties and long-leggedy beasties and things that go bump in the night, good Lord deliver us. An old Scottish saying, and one that shivered through Gigi's mind that night, trickling in icy waves down her spine, till at last Don coaxed her to sleep. But with the coming of morning, all the night fears seemed ridiculous, particularly in the face of Thomas Niven's cheerful scorn. The real estate agent was a giant of a man, an all-Scotland rugby player who boomed and beamed and bubbled with good cheer.
Oh, pack of Tommy rot, the whole thing. Old wives' tales and gossips gabbling, eh? That tramp was sheer coincidence, and Sir James and his daughter, well, that was tragedy, if you will, but nothing supernatural about it.
What about this boy, Jock, Mr. Niven?
Oh, yes, well, Jock. Now, there I do blame myself, Mr. Campbell. I should have realized that the boy wasn't up to the job. Never send a boy on a man's errand, eh?
Was he really so young?
Not in years, Mrs. Campbell. A man grown, in body, that is. But he was a touch, well, you know, not quite right in the head. Mark you, that would never have interfered with the clean-up job. It was just the sort of thing for him under ordinary circumstances, and he and his mother could always use the money.
You say ordinary circumstances. I thought you were telling us that there's nothing extraordinary
About Connor Oldhouse? No, I don't believe there is.
Well, then what caused the poor fellow's death?
Oh, I don't know, Mrs. Campbell.
It couldn't have been the Shining Man, could it?
Oh, good heavens. They've gotten to you with that old gibberish, have they? Well, whatever you've heard, forget it. There is no such thing.
I'm afraid there is.
What?
I saw it.
We both saw it last night.
Where?
Well, he seemed to be in Connor Oldhouse.
Oh, and you were looking from the village?
From our window at the inn, yes.
And this would be after dark?
Yes.
Oh, yes, well, I've seen that myself. Whenever it's misting very heavily. That was no ghost you saw, Mr. and Mrs. Campbell. That was Ignis Fatuus, Friar's Lanthorn, if you wish.
What?
What we call will-o'-the-wisp, honey. Caused by swamp gas, I think.
Yes, just the way of it. Sulphuretted hydrogen, actually, rising from rotting vegetation and such, and spontaneously ignited in spite of the damp, so that it glows in the dark.
Well, you think that's what the boy saw and that it frightened him to death?
Oh, yes, very like.
What did the doctors say caused his death?
Sheer physical fright, acting on an already faulty brain. I say hello, that's overdue. It's been on the way for a couple of days. I'm afraid we're in for a bit of bad weather. Shouldn't bother you too much, though, since I'm sorry to say the house isn't ready to receive you as yet. I haven't been able to find anyone else to get over there.
Mr. Niven, before we take any further action, perhaps I should let my wife see the property.
Well, now, look, you're not thinking of backing out on me, man. Great heavens, you have the bargain of the century in that house.
What I'm beginning to wonder is, why?
Oh, I can tell you that. Idle tongue, sheer and simple. How I picked it up myself.
You mean the house is yours? Well, you didn't tell me that, Don.
I didn't know, dear. I thought Mr. Niven was only acting as an agent for the original owner.
Oh, well, you see, actually, I bought it from Sir James' estate for my grandmother and put it in her name before she died. Never had a chance to move in. So it has stood empty the last few years. I will say, however, that if you're considering backing out on the sale, in my opinion, you'd be a fool, young man.
Well, it isn't the house, Mr. Niven. It's its reputation.
Well, then, Mrs. Campbell, I tell you what I'll do. I do feel a little put out that I didn't have it ready for you, as I promised you and your husband. So, as soon as the rain lets up, since I can't find anyone else, I'll go out and clean the house myself.
Well, I shouldn't think a man would want...
Oh, my dear girl, I'm a sailor, and you've only to look at my boat to see what a first-class housekeeper I am. I promise you she'll be shining like a new pin. And not only that, but I'll want to set your mind at rest. I'll spend the night there, too, and show you there isn't a single solitary thing to fear in Connor Oldhouse.
I will admit that I had misgivings. I'd even partially allayed them by sending a wire that morning before we had gone to Mr. Niven's office, asking my Uncle Flaxman to come up to Girvan, post-haste, by the next train. But Mr. Niven was so obviously physically powerful that I pushed them aside. If I had known the terror that awaited him and us, I would never... But that is only hindsight. In no time, it was the afternoon of the next day, and Uncle Flax had arrived, and we were briefing him on all that happened in the tap room.
Oh, dear. Just listen to that rain. It's a pity. I'm really very anxious to have a look at this strange house of yours.
You don't think it really can be haunted, do you? I mean, you can prove it isn't, can't you?
Well, I don't know, Gigi. It may very well be.
But I thought you were a ghost detective. I mean, an investigator who proved that they were fakes. All your famous cases...
Oh, not all, my dear. Most, perhaps, but certainly not all.
Are you trying to tell me that there really are such things as ghosts?
I think there is such a thing as the human soul, dear girl. A spirit that has its own life independent of the body. I've seen too much evidence of it in my investigations not to believe in it. But it does not necessarily follow that there is some lost soul haunting Connor Old House.
I don't know. Now you're really beginning to scare me. I'm really afraid, terribly afraid, that there's some awful, malign, dreadful thing that lurks there by night that doesn't want anyone disturbing it, that kills to keep it for its own.
Well, if there is, my dear, then we must exorcise it. But first, we must find out what it is.
In spite of the weather, we would have tried to go over to Connor Old House that afternoon, but the driver refused to take his horse out again in that torrential rain. And by the time the rain had slacked off, it was too late, for the long Scottish twilight was beginning to fall. Gigi was lying down before supper when I came downstairs to find my uncle gazing out the window through the peculiar half-light.
Donald, come here.
Yes, Uncle.
Over toward the house, you see that? That light patch in the darkness?
Where?
Framed by the house, as though it came from one of the windows.
Oh, yes. Yes, I see it.
The darker it gets, the more that light glows. It seems to be taking on shape. Is that what you saw last night?
Yes, I think so, but could that be a candle or lamplight from the house?
No, the color is wrong. It's not soft and yellow, and there's no flicker, just a steady blue efflorescence.
You think it might be Will-o'-the-Wisp?
No, it's too steady. Hello. There goes some lamplight. Moving from room to room, it seems.
And the other glow is gone.
It doesn't like the real light, it would seem.
What do you think, Uncle?
Without any facts to go on, very little. I only wonder. But I do know 3 things.
What, sir?
First, that it is too dark for us to venture out there tonight. Second, that when we do, we will not take Gigi with us. And third, we had better leave tomorrow at crack of dawn.
With the first rays of light, and with Gigi still fast asleep, we were off by carriage for the long drive to the ridge. When we pulled up in the cobblestone yard in front of Connor Old House, it was as silent as a tomb. Only the gulls screaming out to sea.
Could your Mr. Niven have left already? Do you suppose he'd missed him?
Well, I don't see how. He came out here by carriage, so he'd have had to use the road. We'd have passed him. Came from the stables. He must still be there.
That horse sounds frightened. Come along, Don. You've been in the house before. Now, you take it. I'll take the stables.
He left me. I hurried up the stairs of the porte cochere, and after testing the handle, swung open the heavy hall door. The gloom of the wet dawning and the heavy smell of stagnant air filled the great hall as I looked around its dreary emptiness. The silence inside the house was oppressive. I called Mr. Niven's name, but the noise only echoed through the house, jarring on the stillness. I walked, almost timidly, to the middle of the hall, my footsteps silent on the carpet of accumulated layer upon layer of dust. Wherever Niven had been cleaning, he certainly hadn't started here. I felt a wave of panic spiral up from my stomach, and I called his name again. Mr. Niven? Mr. Niven!
Don. It's all right. It's all right. It's only me. There's no sign of him here.
No. You didn't find anything at the stable?
Oh, just a poor horse, bathed in a lather of sweat, shying at the blink of an eye. Something's happened to scare him, but not in the stable.
Oh, here it seems. I don't see how Niven can be in this house.
Oh, why?
Well, you can see the dust everywhere. And my footsteps. No sign of any others.
He's here, in this house.
How do you know?
I can sense it, and the vibrations are bad. Come, which way are the living quarters?
This way.
Including the library?
Right through this door. It seems to be stuck. Oh, there. Good Lord. Oh, that smell.
The smell of death. Let me pass.
No, Uncle. No, don't.
Come, help me. I found your Mr. Niven, I think.
Oh.
Is this he?
Yes. Is he dead?
No, I don't think so, but we've got to get him out of here and home before he is.
What happened to him?
I don't know, but whatever it was, he was trying to run from it when he fell against the inside of the door. Come, my boy, if we're to save his life, we must get him out of here.
I hope you're not listening to this alone. Not that I want to scare you. Yet. After all, we still have no idea what else was inside that room that drove a strong, healthy athlete in the prime of life to the edge of death, do we? For that matter, we don't even know if it is still here. I'll be back shortly with Act 3. Was brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mom rats outgrabe. Beware the jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jujubird, and shun the frumious bandersnatch. I mention this quote from Lewis Carroll not because it means anything, which it doesn't, but because it suggests evil incarnate and crawling things calculated to send a shudder to the roots.
The indescribable, fetid odor from that haunted room was so stifling and smothering that it almost overpowered my Uncle Flax and me as we struggled to carry the big, heavy, inert body of Niven from the room. We half dragged him through the door to the relief of fresh air and the carriage outside. How is he, Uncle?
In a rather bad way. He needs medical attention as soon as possible.
Hey, giddy up! Giddy up, go on! You think he was scared to death? Like the poor guy he sent up to clean the house before?
Not to death, since he's still alive, but something has given him a shock, all right. A profound shock.
Something? You mean the place is haunted?
I didn't say that.
But you meant it.
Perhaps, in a sense.
What do you mean, a sense? When we opened the door and that awful stench poured out, you said it was the smell of death.
It's a figure of speech. I'm afraid only time will tell. Now, hurry now. Get back to the inn.
Oh, Mr. McTavish, what's going on? Where is my husband?
Oh, he's scrubbing from top to toe with lye soap, as Mr. Lowe himself did first.
And my uncle?
Well, after he carried all the clothes out and started them burning, he went back to the bedside of Mr. Niven.
Burn the clothes? Well, what was the matter with the clothes?
Oh, I don't know. Contaminated somehow from that evil house of warlocks and ghoulies.
Don, darling, are you all right?
Well, I feel a little as if I'd been skinned alive. Otherwise, yes,
What
fine.
do you mean, skinned alive?
Well, the scrubbing and that strong laundry soap.
Is that all? Oh, can I touch you now?
Oh, darling, I want you to hold me and never let me go.
Oh. Now tell me what happened. What about our house?
Our house? Now, I wish the damn thing had burned to the ground before I ever saw it. That's what I wish had happened.
Mr. Niven, you think you can tell me the rest of what happened now that you're feeling a little better?
I could try, but I didn't know. Where was I? Who did you say you were?
My name is Flaxman Lowe. Now, you started cleaning the back of the house, the kitchen, the dining room, the pantry, the living room, so on, eh?
Yes, it was daytime, but I got there later than I'd hoped.
I understand. So suddenly, night was upon you, and you lit a lamp, eh?
Yes.
So after you lit the lamp, you went into the library, right?
Yes. I went in. That awful smell hit me and turned me sick to the pit of my stomach. I must have passed out.
How do you suppose you got to the door where we found you?
I woke up again, and the lamp had gone out, but there was this ghastly light. I don't want to remember that damned house. Why didn't I burn it the day I bought it?
And when he came to, Mr. Niven told me the lamp had gone out, but suddenly he was aware that the darkness was clearing. A feeble light was filtering down through it from above. He looked up at the ceiling and saw there an irregular patch of pale phosphorescent luminescence which grew gradually brighter and brighter.
The shining man.
Well, he had the impression that through the radiance above, someone was looking down on him. And through the thickening atmosphere of drowsy horror, choking and revolted by the growing odor, he looked up again.
To see what?
To see the brightness dim and dark smears show through it, all running together into something that swelled out and downward like a fat, green, white, evil face from which great drops of black, dripping fluids fell like rain.
Oh, good Lord.
And suddenly, fear and loathing broke his chains enough for him to run to the door, where he plunged forward into a dark, red vacancy to remember no more.
So the place is haunted. By whom and why?
Yes, Uncle, why? And who is the shining man? Why does his ghost haunt Connor Old House?
I can only answer two of those questions.
Which?
I can guess the answers. Who it is and that he is no ghost. As to proving it and the why, that will have to wait until tomorrow. So, here we are again, back at the library.
At least it smells a little better today.
Nevertheless, put your handkerchief over your mouth and nose, as I'm doing, before we enter it. Now, come over to the couch.
Why the handkerchiefs?
Oh, it's simply that I believe the dust in this room to be poisonous. Niven inhaled too much of it, hence his condition. It is literally piled up around the couch here.
Uncle, look. Above on the ceiling, a long, discolored stain. You see that?
Yes. So I should have expected. I think that explains everything.
A blood stain on the ceiling explains everything? What do you mean? Oh, wait a minute. Look.
What?
You see those tracks? A cat has been walking over this sofa. Can you explain that? And what do you mean about the blood stain?
My dear boy, the stain on the ceiling has nothing to do with blood. It is simply a patch of mold and fungus. As for what you call cat's footsteps, look at them more carefully and you will see they look more like raindrops.
Raindrops? In a perfectly watertight room where the dust is so dry the slightest movement makes it rise like smoke?
Ah, the dust. When we came to fetch Niven, I noticed how green and fine it was, and how enormous an accumulation of it there was in this room. Why? Because this dust is like the powder in a puffball, formed of minute spores.
And that's why it's poisonous?
Well, I have no doubt that from this dust, as we shall call it, within a few days a specimen of fungus could be cultivated, which would prove to be African in origin.
But if the dust is so dangerous, aren't we running the risk of...
Well, not if we don't inhale too much. And last night, incidentally, I saw that Niven's coat was covered with it, and that above the collar and along the upper part of the sleeve, as though they had dropped from above, was a spatter of gummy marks which corresponded to these so-called raindrops.
What else would you call them?
Oh, drops from the stain on the ceiling, caused by the unnamed fungus I mentioned, which decays as it matures, liquefying into a dark mucilage which drops down, diffusing a repulsive smell, which disappears as it dries and leaves only the dust of the spores. And those raindrops are most certainly what killed the boy, the tinker, and Sir James and his daughter.
How?
Well, I would guess that the fungus is singularly malignant, acting through the skin to the brain, and then interpenetrating all the tissues of the body with terrible rapidity, and causing a violent and horrible death.
Which Mr. Niven escaped because the drops touched only his clothing and not his skin.
Exactly.
Ah, I see. But what about the light? The ghost must have caused all this?
Why don't we go upstairs and perhaps we can find out.
Look, Uncle. Look. The light.
Yes, son, I see it.
Now it's gone. It just quivered for a moment as though...
Where would you say it came from?
From that dark end of the hall.
Between those two doors? Yes, that's where I saw it.
But where could it have gone to?
What actually come from? Which room? You take the left, I'll take the right.
We searched both of the rooms with a fine-tooth comb, but there was no sign of anything. Then Uncle Flaxman had a brilliant idea. We paced off the width of each room inside, then the total yardage outside in the hall. Between the rooms was a common wall which must, by our measurements, be some 3 feet wide, but no door in either to a closet. In the hall, we looked at the seemingly solid wall between the doors. Then Uncle Flaxman said,
Close your room door while I close mine, Don.
Right, Uncle.
Now that it's shadowed again in here, back up toward the stairwell. Ah, you see that?
A glimmer of light as though it were behind the solid wall.
Which means the wall can't be solid. Come here. Hello.
Well, there must be some sort of secret room or closet there. Let me see. Uncle.
What is it?
There's some sort of a catch here to the upper panel.
Probably a means of opening it to ventilate the space between the walls. Try it, my boy, try it.
I have it. Oh, that smell again.
Ah, and look.
Good Lord. What is it?
I fancy it is the body of the missing black man who was supposed to have worshipped his master and his mistress.
Black? But he's white. What's that shining white stuff all over him?
A fungus. The fungus. The Shining Man, whose phosphorescent glow on damp evenings sometimes shone through the little window at the end of the closet and scared everyone in the countryside half to death. Not a ghost, but just a poor man who met a terrible death in a coffin of his own making.
How horrible. Oh, Don, how horrible. Who was he anyway?
Sir James Mackay's faithful servant.
Ah, but remember, I said slave, and I think not so faithful.
What do you mean, Uncle?
I have always intended to devote myself to the study of Obeah.
Obeah? What is that?
Voodoo, a fetish-worshipping religion of sorcery and conjuration. In the dead man's hands were the remains of two crude figures, a man and a woman, coated with the fungus.
You mean he was responsible for the deaths of Sir James and his daughter?
Or for wishing his gods to take vengeance on them for the virtual slavery in which he had been held all his life. Poetic irony, isn't it, that the monster he called into being in the end was the means of his own destruction?
Oh, that house. I could never live in it now.
Oh, don't worry, darling. We never will. What should be done about it, Uncle?
It should be burnt to ashes, just as we did our clothes. It's the only way the spirit of evil will ever be exorcised from Connor Old House.
That same night, Connor Old House went up in a pillar of smoke, its funeral pyre lighting the Scottish night. Interesting that earlier that same evening, Mr. Niven, now recovered, had left the inn for his home. Don Campbell had ridden alone to the post office for a letter which didn't arrive, and Mr. Lowe had gone for a long ramble to blow the cobwebs away, as he said. But who or what caused the fire, no one will ever know. I'll be back shortly. Mr. Flaxman Lowe has proved and demonstrated that the shining man in Connor Old House was not supernatural, that he wasn't a ghost. When is a ghost not a ghost? All I know is that fungus-swathed corpse, desiccated and decayed, but still propped upright in its narrow tomb, will haunt me the rest of my life. Our cast included Bob Caliban, Morgan Fairchild, Ralph Bell, and Ian Martin. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Many famous writers have been seduced by the charms of the ghost story. Certainly you know the names of Rudyard Kipling, H.G. Wells, Bram Stoker, Conan Doyle. But there have been others, dozens of men and women, not so well known, who have likewise been infatuated with the terror summoned up by ghosts. I give you, for example, Fitzjames O'Brien, Amyan Northcote, Mrs. Henry Wood, but the list goes on, and we had best cut it short and get to the tale which we have chosen to call Once Upon an Island. Our mystery drama, Once Upon an Island, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Elspeth Eric and stars Norman Rose. The tale which you will hear with, we trust, delicious horror was published in 1899 as part of a series called Real Ghost Stories. Its authors were two persons, listed simply as E. and H. Heron. We confess in advance to having toyed with it a little, modernized it slightly, changed the locale, and even introduced a character not found in the original, and impertinently altered the title. But the essentials remain the same.
My name is Jasper Lowe. At the age of 65, I resigned my position as professor of philosophy at a well-known university and bought a large tract of land on one of the Caribbean islands, which I had visited several times during summer vacations and for which I had developed a great fondness. I put up a modest house and settled in quite contentedly. Since I had never married, I planned to leave it intact to my great niece, Betty, daughter of a nephew whom I had known little and liked less. I remembered Betty as a child, and I was delighted beyond measure when I heard from her that she was about to be married and that she and her fiancé intended to visit me in my island home as part of their honeymoon trip. Hello. Hello there.
Uncle Jasper!
Betty, is it really you?
Really and truly.
Oh, come, let me have a look at you.
Jack's paying the taxi. Oh, Uncle Jasper.
Jack is your young man, huh?
He's my husband, Uncle Jasper. For 2 whole days, I've been Mrs. Jack Turner. Isn't that marvelous?
Positively marvelous.
Here he comes. Isn't he beautiful?
Positively beautiful.
Jack, come meet Uncle Jasper.
Young man, delighted to know you.
I'm delighted to know you, Mr. Lowe. Betty's told me a lot about you.
Oh, what could she remember about me? It's been 10 years.
Whatever she remembered, it was all good.
Yes, well, come inside. I've got a good rum drink waiting for us and something to eat.
Oh, good. We haven't eaten a thing since we left the mainland.
And you'll be ready for some excellent flying fish with breadfruit and sliced cold mangoes.
Sounds marvelous.
Yes, after you.
Oh, it's lovely. You've got it all set out.
Yes, ready and waiting for you.
Sit down, Jack. Can I help you, Uncle Jasper?
Oh, no need. Well, now tell me, how was your trip?
Perfect. Wasn't it, Jack?
Oh, I don't remember a thing, except you.
Oh, we got married in Duluth, then we flew to Miami, then we took a little plane to Puerto Rico.
Hottest airport in the world.
And then we took that dear little boat to this dear little island.
And a taxi to this dear little house.
Drinks, everybody. My own concoction. Made with native rum, of course.
Yummy, yummy.
Hey, it's delicious.
Now for the flying fish. Caught it myself this morning.
Mr. Lowe...
If you want to please me, you'll call me Uncle Jasper. Or just Jasper, if you like.
All right, Jasper. On our way here from the boat landing...
Now, just hold out your plates.
Yeah, okay. Just before we got here, we passed an interesting old house.
And here's the breadfruit, staple of the islands.
It looked as though nobody'd lived in it for 100 years or more.
And the mangoes, ice cold. You're going to love them.
Do you, know anything about that old house, Mr. Lowe? Jasper?
Oh, yes. I know a great deal about that old house. You see, it's on my property.
You own it?
I suppose I do. It's on my property.
But you don't do anything with it, rent it or anything?
Oh, no. I mean, who would rent it?
Well, of course, it would need a little fixing up.
No matter what I did with it, no one would rent it.
Well, then why not sell it? Get rid of it.
No one would buy it. Once they'd heard its history.
Well, what history, Uncle Jasper?
Oh, no, you don't want to hear it.
Of course we do.
You're not going to tell us the house is, haunted, are you?
You know, I'm not going to tell you anything.
Oh, Uncle Jasper, come on.
Well, maybe some other time.
I suppose the old house has a ghost in it, at least one.
Now, don't joke.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to... Well, you see, I'm a psychologist. I have my degree, and when Betty and I go back to the States, I'll set up practice there. And these fables, these old tales are fascinating to me. Well, I myself, of course, don't subscribe to any of them.
No, nor do I.
I believe in natural law.
Oh, yes, so do I.
Phenomena of the, shall we say, the supernatural realm are no more than projections or extensions of natural laws.
No, I agree.
Well, then?
Oh, there are things, I'm afraid, about the old house that won't fit in with any natural law that I know of. Things impossible. Absurd.
Such as?
Such as the shining man. I bit my tongue as soon as I'd uttered those words. For now, of course, the two young people were all over me, demanding to know what I meant by the shining man. But no matter how they begged me, I would not go into further detail. Such a gruesome story was not meant for the ears of two young and beautiful people, embarked upon the greatest adventure of their lives. But after dinner that night, Jack Turner was at me again, and Betty, too. And at last, I relented. There is a tragedy connected with the old house that goes back a century and a half, when the sugar plantations were worked by slaves. The owner was a certain James Mackian. He'd been a merchant of sorts in Honduras. And when he'd made himself a small fortune, he came here and settled down in that house with a pretty daughter.
It must have been a lovely place in those days. I hope she was happy there.
Oh, yeah, I believe she was, for a time. Mackian had a number of servants, slaves they were, for this was a long time back. They worked in the cane fields. Some worked in the house, and they were well treated. Life was very pleasant, I'm told, for all concerned, until...
Yes, sir. Until?
Are you sure that you want me to go on?
Oh, yes, Uncle Jasper. Well, you can't stop now.
Well, after 2 years of comfortable, pleasant living, Mackian had to go to, I believe it was Central America, to finish up some business there, leaving his young daughter in the house with only the servants for company. But he did not worry, because they were all loyal and devoted, especially his personal retainer, a man named Jake, whose life he was said to have saved in prior days. But, well, when Mackian returned, he found his daughter dead.
Oh, how awful.
Poor man.
Dead in her bed.
But how?
Well, an overdraft of sleeping medicine.
But why would she do such a thing?
Well, there seemed to be no explanation. And there is none to this day. But in his grief, Mackian blamed his faithful servant Jake for the tragedy and threw him out of the house. After a violent quarrel, so they say. At any rate, Jake disappeared and was never seen or heard of after that. As for Mackian, he fell into a deep melancholy and later...
Yes, Uncle. Finish the story.
Well, later he was found lying on the couch in the library, quite mad. A hopeless imbecile, in fact. Of course, that was a long time ago.
There's been nothing since?
Nothing recently?
Well, there's the story of a descendant of Mackian's who wanted to clear up the mystery, and the agent allowed him to spend the night there. This was just before I came here. And when he did not appear the next morning, they went looking for him, and they found him lying on that same couch in the library. They took him away, and he has not spoken a rational word since.
Mere physical fright, acting on an overwrought brain. Such things happen.
Perhaps.
What about the shining man?
Oh, that. Well, it is said that a shining man haunts the place.
A shining man?
Yes, and that a light can be seen from time to time in the library.
How fascinating.
Oh, you think so, do you?
Of course I do.
Well, there is no light there tonight. Come to the window and look if you don't believe me.
Uncle Jasper.
You're not trying to tell us that you have seen this light?
Oh, yes, many times, from this very window.
And the shining man, have you seen him too?
Oh, yes. Once I went into the house. It was after dark, and I saw him standing at the top of the stairs.
What did he look like?
A tall man, absolutely white and shining. I never saw his face, for his back was toward me. But his wide, hunched, muscular shoulders gave an impression of such... I don't know, such hostility, such animosity that I left the house in a hurry. And I have never gone back. Now there. Now you know it all. They didn't believe me, I could tell that. And I cursed myself for having let them drag the story out of me. They quickly changed the topic of conversation, and a few minutes later I excused myself to make us some rum drinks. When I returned, both young faces were smiling and friendly. But I knew that in their secret hearts, they considered me a madman.
Someone once said, I believe it was a French gentlewoman, I don't believe in ghosts, but I'm afraid of them. Jasper Lowe might well echo the lady. He does not believe in supernatural phenomena such as a shining man and a light in the window of an empty house, but he is afraid of them. I'll be back shortly with Act 2. Jasper Lowe was delighted to hear that his great-niece Betty would, in the course of her honeymoon, stop off at his island home. But Betty's new husband, Jack Turner, has innocently probed into the secrets of an old house on Jasper's property, from which, so it is said, a light shines from time to time, and which is haunted by the spectral figure of a man who shines in the dark. Now, Jasper has confounded the young couple by confessing that he has himself seen the light from the window, and, on one occasion, the shining man himself.
What a fool I had been. Everything had gone so well till I had been led into telling them of the light from the library window and the presence in the old house of the shining man. Had I been content to leave such freaks of nature in the realm of superstition, all might have passed off well. But to admit to them that I had seen them both myself, with my own eyes, well, I can scarcely be blamed if the next morning I eavesdropped at the door of their room.
He's such a dear old man. When I was a little girl, he'd come to visit us, and we'd take long walks together, talk about, all sorts of things. He was fine when we got here. So high-spirited, and he seemed so... well, he seemed so well.
It certainly seemed that way to me.
It wasn't until you started bothering him about that old house.
Well, that was natural, wasn't it? Perfectly natural curiosity.
But couldn't you see he didn't want to talk about it?
I didn't see anything of the kind. Maybe you did, I didn't.
Don't you say another word to him about that house. Or the light in the library window, or the shining man. Not one word, you understand me? If you do,
Listen, everything was perfectly okay till it came to the shining man. That's when he started to get, peculiar.
But why didn't you let him alone?
Well, he was the one that mentioned the shining man first.
You were the one who brought the subject up again.
Only after he said he'd seen the light in the library window. Many times, he said. He'd seen it many times. I suppose you're going to claim he didn't say that.
No, he did say that.
And then he said that one time he'd gone into the old house after dark and seen the shining man standing on the stairs.
It frightened him so he ran out and never went back. Yes, he said that. Oh, Jack. Jack, what are we going to do?
I don't know. But we'll do something. You can depend on that.
I don't know how we got through the day. Breakfast was taken up with a discussion of how they would spend the rest of their honeymoon, a cruise through the islands ending up in Barbados. And then we went sightseeing again, had luncheon in the only decent restaurant the island afforded. All pleasant, homey. We spent the afternoon in my really splendid vegetable garden, picking all manner of things for our dinner. And then we all retired for a nap, because the next morning Jack and Betty would fly to Puerto Rico to pick up the cruise ship that would take them on the rest of their honeymoon. All day, there had been no mention of the old house, the light in the window, or the shining man. Yes, Betty?
You awake, Uncle Jasper?
Oh, yeah. Yes, my dear. Come in.
I'll bet I woke you up.
No, you didn't. I was just lying here thinking about things.
Any particular things?
Oh, some, and things in general, too. Well, did you have a good nap? A big day tomorrow.
Actually, I didn't take a nap.
Oh, you should have.
I'll go to bed early tonight. No? What I did was wash all the vegetables we picked.
Oh, I'd have done that.
Well, good practice for me, don't you think? After all, I'm going to be a wife.
Yes, so you are.
Then I cut the vegetables into bite-sized pieces.
Well.
Simmered some of them a little, left some of them raw.
You are going to make a splendid wife.
Now they're all ready for the salad. Only I don't know how to make the dressing.
Well, I do. I make the best salad dressing in the world. So now, turn your back for a minute, girl, while I slip into some dungarees and a shirt. And then we're off to the kitchen.
All right.
I say, it is dark out, isn't it?
It has been for half an hour. I watched the sun go down. It was beautiful.
Where's Jack?
Jack? Oh, he went off somewhere.
Where is somewhere?
He didn't say exactly where he was going.
You are not telling me the truth, are you?
I don't know what you mean.
You do know where Jack went, don't you?
Well, not for sure.
You and Jack are worried about me.
Oh, I don't know why you say that.
Because I stood outside your bedroom door this morning and I heard you talking about me.
Oh, Uncle. Oh, we didn't mean anything.
Oh, yes, you did. You meant that I'm getting old and feeble-minded.
No.
Now, where did Jack go? To fetch a doctor? To tell the authorities that I am incompetent?
Uncle Jasper, Jack wouldn't do a thing like that.
Did he go off to make arrangements to have me committed to the sanitarium in San Juan?
No, honestly.
I know the head doctor there. Man by the name of Martinez. Good man. But I'm not ready to be put away. No, sir, not yet.
Uncle Jasper, it's all because of what you said about the old house and the light in the library window, the shining man.
Ah, yes, I thought so.
You said you saw them.
I did? But that's no reason to put me away, lock me up.
Nobody wants to do that.
Then why did Jack go to ask about Dr. Martinez and the sanitarium in San Juan?
He didn't. He went to the old house.
What? He went there. But why? What for?
To see. To try to see what you saw. Or think you saw. To find a rational explanation for the light in the window and the shining man.
He is there now.
Yes, but he'll be back any minute, and then we'll know.
Come on. You come with me.
Where? Where are we going?
To the old house. Or Jack may never come back to us at all. I hustled Betty into the car, and we drove pell-mell across the stubbled fields to the old house. It looked as it had always looked. Old-fashioned, time-worn, barely holding itself up on crippled supports. Everything was quiet. Quiet as death. Here we are.
What do we do now, Uncle Jasper?
Well, we could wait for Jack to come out.
But what if he... Well, maybe he's not in there at all.
There's only one way to find out. Come on.
You mean go in there?
You want to find your husband, don't you?
Yes. Maybe he never came here at all. Maybe he changed his mind.
Yes, maybe. Now, come on, let's go in. All right. Now, I'll go in first. Now, maybe you would better not come in at all.
No, I want to.
All right. Hello? Hello? Jack? Jack, are you here?
I don't think he's here at all.
It's possible. Now, come on.
Uncle, it smells so dreadfully. So stagnant and damp, so musty.
Yeah, here's the library.
Are we going to go in there?
Oh, we must.
smells even worse in here. It's nauseating.
Wait. There's Jack. There on the floor.
Jack. Oh, Jack. Darling.
So still. So quiet. Just an awful silence.
Jack. What is it?
But there's something here, something in this room.
It's Uncle Jasper and Betty, darling.
Who's in the room with me? Who is with me in this room?
Uncle Jasper, he doesn't even know.
Who is with me in this room? Answer me!
What are we to do?
He's in delirium.
Nobody heard me come in. I didn't make a sound. I went to the couch. I laid down on the couch. Yeah.
Oh, Jack.
Then that awful taste in my mouth. Bitter. Pungent. Was it from the dust? Tell me, somebody.
What shall I say?
Just let him talk.
Everything's so still. Empty and silent. The whole house. Then, a presence. Who's there? No answer. No noise. Nothing.
Oh, Jack.
Then, a little light trickling down from above. A patch of pale phosphorescent luminosity. Growing brighter and brighter. Pale green. Strong as moonlight. But the dust rises like vapor when I move. A clogging weight, like a nightmare, presses upon me, and I'm exhausted and disgusted by the terrible odor. And the atmosphere thickens and cloaks the walls with drowsy horror. But now, the brightness dims, and dark smears begin to show through it. And then they begin to run together until out of them emerges a face, a fat, evil face, and the face sinks nearer and nearer to my own, and the light changes to black, dripping fluid, and the drops begin to fall.
Uncle Jasper, help him.
I don't know what to do.
I can't save myself. I can't fight back, but my hands reach up to the face above me and pass through it. And I see the glazed skin quiver, and I fling myself from the couch and fall into emptiness, into a great red vacancy, down and down and down, and I am lost.
Forever lost. Uncle Jasper, what was he trying to say?
Well, I think he was reliving everything that happened once he set foot in this house.
He's so pale, so still. Is he? He's not.
Not dead, no.
Oh, thank God.
Perhaps he's gone beyond our reach, withdrawn into a state of madness.
Not a pretty tale, is it? But ghosts never pretend to be pretty, though maybe they are to themselves or to one another. And it is only to us that they appear grotesque and horrible. And that's not their fault, is it? No. It is only a limitation of our own. The fault lies not in our ghosts, but in us. Don't you think? I'll be back shortly with Act 3. Jack Turner, disturbed by what he considers to be his new relative's hallucinations, has gone alone to the old house. Betty and her great-uncle Jasper have followed him there and found him stretched out upon the library floor, babbling unintelligibly of what they take to be his venture into the old house. Now he has lapsed into insensibility.
Between us, Betty and I managed to get her unresisting husband into the car, back to my house and into bed, where he lay inert and unresponsive to all our overtures. Clearly, this was an illness beyond my poor powers to correct, and I had to tell Betty that we must get her husband to Puerto Rico, to the sanitarium and Dr. Martinez. She concurred, and somehow we got Jack onto the little inter-island boat and finally into the office of Dr. Martinez, where we told our story.
And I told you no, eh?
That is all, Doctor. He only went there because he and Betty here were worried about me. But I assure you, Dr. Martinez, I did on one occasion actually see the shining man. And I've observed the light in the window of the old house several times. The house is on my property, just across an open field, so I've had a clear view of it.
But you never went back?
No, once was enough for me. And I regret, Doctor, more than I can say, that I ever told Betty and Jack about that one and only visit. You see, if I hadn't done that...
It wasn't Jack's fault. We kept badgering him about it, wanting to know more. See, my husband's a psychologist. He was terribly interested and then concerned for Uncle Jasper and what might be... well, hallucinations.
It seems now that they were not.
Dr. Martinez, you will keep Jack here, won't you?
I will keep him.
Oh, thank you.
I shall do what I can for him. But I warn you, I can promise nothing.
But there must be something. Jack is young. He's always been healthy, and he doesn't believe in the supernatural, the occult. That's why he went to the old house. To prove to Uncle Jasper that the things he'd seen, must have their basis in reality and in natural laws.
Mr. Law, you remember the descendant of the original owner of the house who gained admittance some years ago? Spent the night there to establish the very same thing?
Yes, they found him the next morning, lying on the couch in the library. Took him away.
And brought him here. Here he has stayed. That is, he was here until last night.
You mean he left? Was he well enough to leave?
No, I do not mean that. I mean, he died. Mr. Law, would you care to see the body?
Why, yes, I would.
Then come with me. Mrs. Turner, you will stay here. The body is not a pretty sight. Come, Mr. Law. This way. Of course, the original owner of the fatal house, Mr. Mackian, I believe his name was.
Oh, yes, that's right, James Mackian.
He was here long before my time. This man, his descendant, whose body we're going to look at, he too was brought in before I took up my post. But I've taken an interest in the case, even though I could do nothing to help. In here, Mr. Lone. You will see that this body was once a very powerful one with noble features. There. See for yourself. Well, what do you say?
You're right. He must have been handsome once. But now the disfigurement is quite pronounced.
The discoloration extends from the center of the forehead to a place behind the right ear. When this man was first brought here, he had a small dark spot on his forehead. But it spread rapidly over his entire body.
Cancerous, do you think?
The cancerous character, I should say. Likely to occur after a shock. And perhaps after severe mental strain.
Such as a visit to the old house.
The first result of the shock in the case of this man here was imbecility. Then, an increasingly lethargic condition of the body. Finally, coma and death.
Dr. Martinez, I know very little of such things, but on close inspection, this discoloration would appear to be the result of a fungoid growth. Could I be correct?
You may very well be. Perhaps akin to the Indian disease known as mycetoma. It attacks the underlying tissue and eventually the bones.
Is there any hope for Jack Turner?
Well, there is always hope, my dear Mr. Lowe. Now, let us go back to the lovely young wife we left waiting in my office. I have something to ask her.
Oh? And what is that, Doctor?
Is the coat her husband was wearing when he was brought here the same coat he wore when he visited the old house?
Betty said yes, it was the same coat. There'd been no thought of changing. Our only wish was to get him to the hospital in San Juan as quickly as possible. Dr. Martinez refused to enlighten us on the reason for his question and asked us to go home and wait for his phone call. And of course we did. We never left the house together for fear of missing his call. And after a week or so... Oh, well, I'll answer it, Betty. Yes, hello.
Mr. Lowe, this is Dr. Martinez. An idea has come to me. I need your approval. You understand, I have been working hard, very hard on the case of young Mr. Turner. I have a special room here with a table and a special microscope.
Dr. Martinez, you talk so fast.
Pardon me. A microscope and an apparatus for producing moist heat. And, of course, I have the young man's jacket.
Doctor, tell me, is he better?
Better, yes, I'm better. But now, Mr. Lowe, I want to come to your island.
But why?
I want to visit the old house tomorrow. And, Mr. Lowe, I want you to come with me.
I decided to tell Betty nothing of the doctor's call, except to say that Jack was showing improvement. I did not tell her that the doctor was coming to the island and what he planned to do on his arrival. But late in the afternoon of the following day, I invented a plausible excuse and went to the pier to meet the boat which brought the doctor to the island. In my car, we drove immediately to the old house. Dr. Martinez stared at the library.
That room there. I get the feeling there is someone in it.
But why? What makes you think so?
I have the impression, that's all. Come, let's go in.
You'd best put your handkerchief over your mouth and nose before we go into that room.
Oh.
Yes, you see what I mean? That is, you smell it.
It is the dust. Poisonous dust. Look here. It is of a strange green color, the dust. And so much of it. All over the floor. Little hills of it. Most especially the couch. Yes. Oh, look there. Look up. On the ceiling. Above the couch. A stain.
A blood stain. Yes, I remember seeing it before. But it's grown larger.
No, not a blood stain. A patch of mold and fungi that grows and grows.
Look here. A cat has been walking over the couch.
Not a cat, no. No animal at all. Drops from the stain. But it is the dust. Such a quantity of dust which interests me. Turner's coat was covered with this fine green dust. And on the collar, I found some gummy drops which I'm willing to swear will match these drops. From the dust on his jacket, I have cultivated no less than 4 specimens of fungi. 3 belong to non-African species. The 4th has never been described. But it is like, very like the Phaleodes. With this fungus in the drops, they mature very rapidly and decay as they mature. They liquefy into a kind of dark mucilage full of spores. They drip down and give off this dreadful odor. In time, the mucilage dries and leaves the dust of the spores.
Doctor, please, I cannot follow you. What about the light? The light from the window, which I swear I saw more than once.
It happens that the 3 species of African fungi have well-known phosphorescent properties. These are manifested not just during decomposition, but during the period of growth. The light is only visible from time to time. Probably climactic conditions admit an occasional efflorescence.
So Jack was poisoned by fungi, but he escaped. The others died.
Because the fungi only touched his clothing, not his skin. The unknown fungus is singularly malignant. It acts through the skin with terrible rapidity, afterwards penetrating all the tissues of the body, eventually causing death. Can we go upstairs and examine the flooring above the stained patch?
Well, the room above is divided into two portions by a hollow partition a few feet thick. Yeah, I think it was originally intended for a cupboard.
Come on, quick. Let us go upstairs and get into that cupboard. Wait. Look. Did you see the light? It was dancing, quivering on the floor walls of the staircase landing. Now, show me where you saw the shining man.
In front of that panel there. There must be some way of opening that panel. If there's a cupboard behind it, they would need some way to ventilate it. Ah, yes. Here's a little metal knob. Now, I'll turn it.
It's opening. Stand aside, please. Let me look. Oh, my Lord.
What is it, Martinez?
Your shining man. Tall. His back is toward us. He is covered head to foot with luminous white mold. See?
Oh, good Lord. It can only be the slave, Jake, the servant Mr. Mackian drove away years ago.
Or perhaps Jake hid himself here in order to cultivate these spores. That could be a dangerous occupation, I assure you. Especially an airless space like this. It is quite clear to me that either by accident or design, he became infected by the fungus poison, which in time covered his entire body. Even as you see him now.
Dr. Martinez and I went back to the house, and he tried to explain to Betty what he had endeavored to convey to me. I believe she comprehended even less than I did. But we both were heartened by Dr. Martinez's prognosis for Jack. He predicted that within a few weeks, Jack would come back to us, rejoin his bride, and after a few days, the two of them could continue on their honeymoon. And indeed, less than a month later, the doctor called to say that he himself was bringing Jack home.
We should have gone to the pier to meet the boat, Uncle Jasper.
Well, Dr. Martinez was very insistent that we do no such thing. He's bringing Jack to the house in a taxi. He wanted it that way.
Look, here they come now.
Ah, yes, there's Dr. Martinez.
Yes. But where's Jack? Jack's not with him. Uncle Jasper, what's happened?
Now, wait until the doctor has a chance to tell us. Dr. Martinez.
Hello, how are you? Oh, and you, Mrs. Turner?
Doctor, where is my husband? Is he all right?
Oh, quite all right. He'll be along presently.
Yes, but where is he? We thought he'd be with you.
Now I must tell you. When Jack and I were on our way here, I explained in detail how he fell ill and why. And she said to me, how can this horrible old house with its deadly dust and poisonous fungi be got rid of? And I said, only by burning it down.
Burning it down? Oh, look, it's on fire.
Look there.
That's what he's doing now.
Look at that old house burn. Betty, look. Where's Betty?
I believe that is she running across the field to meet her husband. Oh, by the way, Mr. Lowe, I trust you will forgive my presumption in allowing the young man to set fire to the old house.
Yeah, of course.
After all he's been through, I could not resist denying him the pleasure.
You have done a good thing. You have exorcised a ghost.
What a happy ending for such a gruesome story. I should like to have been there to watch the old house go up in flames, and with it the deadly dust, the mysterious fungi, the poisonous spores, and of course, the shining man who would shine no more. I'll be back shortly. time, of course, it turned out to be no ghost at all. Only natural phenomena issuing from natural causes. In a way, it's a pity, don't you think? I was beginning to like the vision of a shining man and a spooky light flickering now and then from the window of an old deserted house. Well, we don't always get what we want, do we? Better luck next time. Our cast included Norman Rose, Diana Kirkwood, and Russell Horton. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.